welcome to Tirana free walking tour. This tour is going to be a 2 and a half tour. It depends on how we move and how many questions you have.
We found it! We found it! That's the man! Wow. The walking tour starts just over 10 o'clock. We have a big group today.
Big group. And okay, I have an announcement. This guy in here is going to be filming because he's a YouTuber. So if somebody do not want to be filmed, just stay away from this guy. Okay, since that we are a very big group, I think it's a very good idea so that we start the tour inside the square. I will ask to the workers a favor. So you will be the first group to do Tirana free walking tour inside the new square, Skanderbeg Square. Let's go this way.
We have to go through a very narrow pass. So they opened the gate special for us.
No, but I'm trying to find an agreement with him.
Oh wow.
He's going to ask 2 minutes.
Okay. Very modern technology to cross the door.
Okay, hi everybody, I'm Ari. I'm 25 years old and I just finished my studies here at the University of Tirana. I study Albanian history. We are going to go like a circle and we are going to cover the main things that Tirana has to offer. Giving you some general information about the history of Tirana as a city, but also some information about the country, Albania. So in the end of the tour you will create like a general idea about the history of Albania. The tour starts in here. Main reason is that big building over there. From here you can see. That's the National Museum of Albania, the most important museum in here. Main attraction of the museum is that big mosaic right in front of it. That mosaic, it's called the Albanians. And the idea of the person who designed that mosaic was to represent the whole history of Albania in just one picture. But it was built during communism, so in the end it was just communist propaganda. Especially the woman with the rifle and the worker next to her. Those two are very communist symbols. So the Communist Party fought during the Second World War. In the end of the war, they had to promote that war. So here we have all the right side of the mosaic. In the left side, it's represented our ancient history. As you can see, a lot of fighters in that part. The idea is this: our ancient history was always dominated by big empires. So first empire to rule the region was the Roman Empire. As Albanians, we believe that we are directly connected with the Illyrian tribes. So after some fighting with the Illyrian tribes, the Roman Empire managed to conquer the region. They ruled the region for more than 900 years. When the Roman Empire splits, it's divided in two empires. This region belongs to the Byzantine Empire, or Byzantium. Even the Byzantine Empire ruled this region for more than 700 years. The last empire, and the most important, it's considered important because it was the last one to rule the region, is the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire ruled the region for more than 500 years. That's why we are so connected with the Muslim religion, why we have a mosque right in the city center. The Ottoman Empire ruled this region for 500 years. Okay, modern history of Albania starts in 1912. In 1912, in Vlora, Ismail Qemali declared our independence. So we are an independent country since 1912. But as Albanians, we considered ourselves very unlucky people. 1930, in this region, we have the Balkan Wars. If you are visiting the Balkans, if you are doing like a Balkan tour, in every country of the Balkans you will visit, you will hear pretty much the same story. Every country believed that during 1930 they lost something. In the Albanian version, we believe that we lost half of our territories. And as a fact, we lost Kosovo. The people that right now are living in Kosovo, they have our tradition, they speak our language, they consider themselves as Albanians, but right now they are living in an independent country. Okay, general information about the country. Population of Albania, 3 million. 3 million Albanians are living inside our official borders, but we believe that we have around 10 million Albanians living around the world. So more Albanians outside our official borders than inside our official borders. 1.5 million Kosovo, 500,000 North Macedonia. The other part is Albanian diaspora. The idea is like in every country you will visit, you will always find an Albanian community. language that we speak, it's unique and different. It's called Shqip. Shqip, it's something like clearly. Am I talking Shqip? Am I talking clearly? Am I talking local language? Okay, it's unique because it's an old Indo-European language. It's not connected with another language. It's different because when we speak Shqip, nobody understands us. So we do not understand our neighbors do not understand us. Okay, any word in Shqip? How do we say thank you? That's right, it's very hard to be learned as a language. It's like, thank you is like saying two words in just one word. You can try it all. It's Faleminderit. Okay, but if you want to look really cool around here, it's enough that you say Rafsh. Okay, if you say Rafsh, they'll say, okay, they speak Albanian, leave it. It's a very cool word. Okay, yes, it's Pa, and now it's Ya. Do not try to understand our body language. You'll get totally confused. We can say yes like this, but we can also say no like this. So even now I get totally confused with our body language. Okay. Okay, they will not allow us to go inside the square. I'm sorry about that. We lost that opportunity. Our official flag is the red flag, that flag that you see over there. The red flag with the double-head eagle. The idea of that flag is that the red color is representing the blood of the fighters who fought for our country. The double-head eagle is representing their bravery. We have a double-head eagle. It means that we never agree on anything. Okay, we move in this area in here because we block the street. Of Rome divided in two capitals. One was Rome, the other was Constantinopolis, Istanbul of today. So, okay, Mundvim, Shumfanda. Okay, we are having the special permission finally.
Oh!
I'm sorry that we have to move around.
So we are the first people get into the square during the construction. Lucky us.
This square here, this is Skanderbeg Square. It's the center of Tirana. When I was talking about the population of Albania, 3 million Albanians are living inside our official borders. We have around 1 million Albanians living here in Tirana. So we have 1/3 of our population living in just one city. Main growth of Tirana came after communism collapsed. During communism, here in Albania, nobody was allowed to move from a city to another city. So after communism, a lot of Albanians decided to move from Albania. They emigrated to Italy, to Greece, or to other European capitals, but a lot of them are moving here in Tirana. Main reason, a lot of international investments are first coming here in Tirana. So to find a job in Tirana compared with the other cities of Albania is much easier. So a lot of them moved here in Tirana. 1 million Albanians are living in Tirana. The most important square of the city, they want to transform the square in some kind of national square. So they decided that all the stones, the trees, and the decorations that are going to be used in this new square are going to come from all the other cities of Albania. Some way, every person who came from another city and right now is living here in Tirana is going to be represented by something in this new square in here. Okay, the square is going to be closed for cars, totally dedicated to walkers, and it's going to have something like around 100 fountains of water. The idea is that the square is going to look always wet, so you can see the colors of the stones that are used in this new square in here. Okay, in 25 of June we are going to have elections, so they are really working in the square, and in 3 days they are going to open the square, because they are trying to open the square before elections. That's how things work in here. Okay, this square in here is named after that guy over there. That's Skanderbeg, our national hero, the most important person in our history. But what did he do for us to be so important? Skanderbeg was born in 1405 in Kruja, a small city like 20 kilometers from here, from Tirana, by a Christian named George Kastrioti. George, it's something like George in English. So when he was 5 years old, the Ottoman Empire conquers the city of Kruja. As a tradition for the Ottoman Empire, they took young George and he was educated in Istanbul. He's a very good student, so they decided to change his name from George to Iskander. Iskander is the Muslim name for Alexander the Great. He's fighting for the Ottoman Empire. He managed to become one of the greatest generals of the Ottoman Empire. So he achieves the title Bey. Bey is something like Sir in English. So we have Iskander, Bey Iskander the Sir. 1443, Skanderbeg decides to leave the Ottoman Empire, comes back here in Albania, become Christian again, managed to unite all the royal families of Albania for 25 years until 1468. He is fighting against the Ottoman Empire. For the first and only time in all our ancient history, we were an independent country during his time. We are speaking about a small country called Albania, fighting against one of the greatest empires that the world had ever seen, the Ottoman Empire. That's why he's very important in our history. Every time we want to do something important here in Albania, we use his name. Even in 1912, when we declared our independence, we always use Skanderbeg's name to unite the Albanian people. Okay, religion here in Albania. Religion, we are very proud as Albanians to promote religion harmony. You have to understand something. Religion is a part of our culture, but it's not that we are very connected with religion. So in the last census, 60% of the Albanian people, they declared that they belong to the Muslim religion. The second question was, have you ever been to a mosque? 90% of them declared no. So we are not practicing religion, but still we consider religion a part of our culture, so we consider ourselves as Muslims, but we never fast, we drink alcohol, we eat pork, but still we consider ourselves Muslims. Okay, 80% Christian, 20% Orthodox, the other part declared that they belong to all the new religions. So as religion harmony, as the religion harmony that we want to promote, is the idea is that in our history you will hear like any type of crime, but never a crime connected with religion. Okay, we will be speaking a lot about religion as when we visit a Christian church and also the Orthodox cathedral. Okay, any question about 5,000 years of story that we just explained? Okay, I have a question. I'll be making a lot of questions through this tour. Did any of you ever read an Albanian book? Yes. Oh my God, you ruined my performance. There is another one who read an Albanian? Yes, what book? Okay. They totally ruined my performance. Normally I have nobody who reads an Albanian book. Okay, our best writer is Ismail Kadare. They already read one of his books. He was candidate for the Nobel Prize in the last 3 years. We are really hoping that he's going to have the Nobel Prize in literature. He is still alive, but he is 80 by now. His best book is Broken April. He's our best writer. His books are translated in over 15 languages. See, so if you ever decide to read an Albanian book, you can find his book even translated in your own local language. Over there you have a very good bookstore when you can buy his books, but I think if you ever decide to read an Albanian book and it's his book, it's much cheaper to download them online. Okay, the buildings that surround this square some way they are representing a part of our history. We have those yellow buildings. You see? All the yellow buildings, and the first design of Skanderbeg Square was made during King Zog's time. We have a king on our story. Starting from 1930, the Balkan Wars, until 1939, the politics here in Albania was dominated by a local leader. His name is Ahmed Zogu. This Zogu guy is considered a very smart person, a very smart politician, because he starts as a minister for the Albanian parliament, then he becomes the president of Albania. After that, convinced the parliament, changed the constitution, declared the country a monarchy, making himself a king. That's how you become king here in Albania. He was very smart, because even I tried it once. It didn't work for me, sorry. But I'm young, I'm going to try again. I really want to become king. as a smart politician, as a smart king. In 1939, Italy is attacking Albania. The king left the country. So during communism, he was considered a traitor, and everything connected with him was considered a bad thing. One of the main boulevards, starting from the end of Skanderbeg Square, during communism used to be called Boulevard Stalin. After communism, we are trying to rewrite our history. And we discovered that the king even did some very good things for the country. So we are trying to give the right place even to the king. So right now, that part is called Boulevard King Zog I. All the yellow buildings that you see, they were designed during his time by an Italian architect. That's why they look such an Italian buildings, and they are always used as government buildings. Even right now they are building, there are ministries for the Albanian government. So in this square, we have the mosque, representing the medieval history of Albania. We have the yellow buildings, King Zog's time. That brown building over there, that's National Bank of Albania, King Zog's time. National Museum, Communist building. Tirana International, 50 floors up, the highest building here in Albania during communism. Communist building normally. And also the opera in here, another communist building. The two big buildings over there, that one, that big one over there. And the other one over there. The Albanian and international investments. That one is already finished, it's the Plaza, 5-star hotel. This one, they are still working on it. Once finished, it's going to be a business center. Offices for all the international investments that are coming here in Tirana. The City Hall has a project to build 10 of them around the city center, but I think they already finished money, so let's hope they're going to finish that one over there. It ruins the view of the square. Okay, any questions about the buildings or the king?
How do people think about the communists today?
Okay, you have to wait for the next
Okay.
Okay, next up is going to be the clock tower. We are going to speak about the history of Tirana as a city, the clock tower as the symbol of Tirana, and also this mosque in here. At Bey Mosque, it's a very unique mosque here in Albania. Listen. Tirana. Let's start it with a question. Did any of you visit any other city here in Albania before Tirana? Yes.
Shkoda.
Okay. I think Tirana is not the most ancient city here in Albania. We have cities that are more than 3,000 years old, like Durrës. Berat and Gjirokastra, over 2,000 years old, part of UNESCO, really worth a visit. Berat is my second favorite city after Tirana normally. Okay, as you can notice by the building, Tirana as a city was only founded in 1640. When a local leader called Suleiman Bargjini is coming in this area, he's building a small market over there, a small mosque where the opera is right now. Here we have like a small city. Tirana as a city becomes important only in 1920, when the government of that time decides that Tirana is going to be the capital of Albania. Two are the main reasons why they are choosing Tirana. If you see the official map of Albania, Tirana is right in the middle of the country. And second, the most important reason, the mountains that surround the city gave to the city natural protection. Before Tirana, Durrës was the capital of Albania, but it was easily conquered since that it was connected directly with the sea. So they decided it's a very good idea to move the capital more inside of the country, and Tirana was like the perfect choice. Once capital, a lot of investments are coming in Tirana, but normally, as I already explained, the main growth of Tirana came after communism collapsed. After communism collapsed, everybody's trying to move to Tirana. Tirana is not only the capital or the political center, it's also the economical center. All the international investments are coming in here. The education center, the best universities, state and private universities, are here in Tirana. So a lot of students, after finishing their studies, they prefer to find a job in here, to build their life in here, more than going back to the other small cities of Albania. Okay, the clock tower in here is the symbol of the city, destroyed during the First World War, during the Second World War. As a symbol, always rebuilt. As you can see, the top of the clock tower is white and shiny. It was rebuilt something like 2 years ago. Always after the tour, you can climb the clock tower. It's something like 93 stairs, be prepared. 200 like a person, you get the possibility to visit that small museum over there. You climb the clock tower, you have a very nice view of Skanderbeg Square, especially with this new project. Okay, the mosque, Bey Mosque. We are going to speak later about communism, but 1967 the communist regime here in Albania banned this religion. So we became officially the first atheist country of the world. We are not very proud of that, but that was what happened. 1 year later, they decided to destroy all the mosques and the churches, especially those inside the city of Tirana. The only one who managed to survive, Bey Mosque. What's so special about this mosque that even the communist regime decided to keep the mosque? This mosque is a three-generation mosque. It was started by the grandfather and finished by the nephew. In the Muslim tradition, the mosque is named after the person who's financing the mosque. So it was Mola Bey who started the mosque, and it was finished by Bey. Bey was the nephew. That's why they decided to name the mosque after Bey. It's a very unique mosque because if you are normally visiting a Muslim mosque, you don't have decorations in the walls of the mosque. Normally the walls of the mosque are white. This one has decorations in the outside, also in the inside. If you are visiting the Balkans, in the Balkans you will find a lot of decorated mosques. This one is special because to decorate a mosque, normally they use only plants, flowers, or some rites from the holy book of the Muslim religion, the Quran. This one has even views from cities. As you can notice in here, in this part in here, also in the inside you have a very big picture of a city. The idea is that the persons who are designing the mosque, they came from Venice, and they decided to decorate the mosque from Italy. They decided to decorate the mosque even with views from cities that they saw on their way to Tirana. So the communist regime knew that this mosque was a special mosque. They declared the mosque as a monument of culture, and as a monument of culture they decided to keep the mosque undestroyed as some kind of museum. I say some kind of museum because the mosque was always in here, but during communism nobody was allowed to go in the inside. Even just to see the mosque, nobody. You could see just the outside of the mosque. After communism collapsed, normally Muslim community took ownership of the mosque. Right now the mosque it's open, it's used for prayers. You can visit the mosque always after the tour. It's enough that you have to take off your shoes. The girls have to cover their hair. If you don't have something, they will give you something in the inside. If they don't have something, they will still allow you to visit the mosque. They are very liberal in this part. The mosque, the minaret over there, that big thing is called the minaret. In ancient Tirana, the Muslim imam 5 times a day would climb the minaret calling people for prayer. All they do right now is some kind of cheating because they push a button, loudspeakers over there go crazy. Not a lot of people show, but still 5 times a day they are calling for a big prayer in here. Okay, questions about the city, the clock tower, or the mosque? Okay, no questions.
When was it finished?
Around 1800. So it was a long period. It took something like 20 years to finish the mosque. Okay, if no questions, we are going to move to the next stop. Next stop is the Gallery of Arts. 2 advice, please be careful when we cross the street. Our drivers are not the best, I'm sorry. And we will make like a quick stop to Bunk Art 2, just to explain what Bunk Arts are. Okay, if you want to visit Bunk Art 1, the big bunker, communist bunker, atomic bunker, that's outside the city of Tirana. As you can see those blue buses over there, the last station of that blue bus is Bunk Art 1 or the car cable. So remember, the clock tower, the park, the blue bus. Okay, this way. Here it's Bunk Art 2. It's not an original communist bunker, it's a new one, as you can see. The original communist bunker is outside the city of Tirana. They wanted a museum inside the city of Tirana, so they decided to use this area. The underground tunnels were built during King Zong's time. They decided that the door of this museum is going to be like a bunker. Okay, As Albanians, we never been able to really deal with communism in here. So every time you will hear somebody speaking about communism, it's more something like a personal opinion based on what happened in here. So a lot of people, when they decided at the door of this museum, Bunk Arts are museums dedicated to communist crimes. It's going to be like a bunker. For them, it was just like trying to bring back communism. So they decided to attack the bunker, to destroy the bunker. The bunker was put on fire. We decided to keep the bunker destroyed, as you can see, this part in here. Also, this part in here. The whole part in here. So we decided to keep this bunker destroyed, just that we can show to everybody how Albanians feel about communism, how against communism we are. In the inside of the bunker, the pictures that you see in the inside are pictures of the political prisoners, people who were sent to death penalty or to work for free in the coal mines. The voice, it's saying the name and also the city where they came from. Always after the tour, 500 take a person. You can visit this museum. They have very good explanation, even in English. It's really worth a visit. But if you want to understand the paranoia of the communist leader, you can visit Bunk Art 1, outside the city of Tirana. Atomic bunker, 3 floors underground. Until 5 years ago, we had no idea that that bunker existed.
Is that with the cable car?
Yes,
okay.
The same station.
Cable car, same station.
Okay. Next up is the Gallery of Arts. This way.
Whose dog this is?
I think it's a stray.
I totally forgot to present the newest member of our team. That's a street dog. As you can see, it's tagged. Yeah. It means that's controlled, sterilized and vaccinated by the city hall. We as Albanians are trying to build like a big shelter, especially here in Tirana, to put all the street dogs. Until that shelter is finished, we are trying to control the dogs as we tag them. So the city hall is controlling them, it's vaccinating them, it's also feeding them every day. Until we find a solution, then we'll leave it those inside the city of Tirana. This one is a very quiet one, but we will meet another guy to one of our stops. It's a red dog. It looks very cute, but he's really crazy, so be prepared. He loves tourists, he hates everybody else, especially old guys with a bicycle. Let's hope we do not meet him today. Okay, this building in here, this is the National Gallery of Arts. Albanian international painters are exposing their work inside the Gallery of Arts, as you can see by the colors. Green colors, dark colors, depressive colors, another communist building. Inside they have a very good exposition called the Realism Socialism. Some way, all the art that was designed during communism was communist propaganda connected with the Communist Party. Something like the mosaic that we saw next to the National Museum. So in the inside you have a very good exposition of that art. With the same ticket, you can visit the behind of the Gallery of Art. You will see like very big statues of Lenin and Stalin, statues that used to be exposed inside the city of Tirana. We totally removed them in the behind of the Gallery of Art as a part of that exposition. Okay, the big white thing in here. I call it the white thing, but the name is the Cloud. It's a Japanese artist called Fujimoto exposing his work here in Tirana. The Cloud, it's international. So it's going to be in Tirana for 2 years. Before Tirana was London, and after Tirana it's going to be another capital of Europe. Like a cloud, it's moving to all the capitals of Europe. But the Cloud, it's modern art. And all I know about modern art is that this big white thing in here is modern art. Sorry, I do not accept questions about the Cloud. I know nothing. Like I'm asking to a friend of mine, he's a painter. Can you tell me something about the Cloud? How I can explain the Cloud? I know nothing about it. And he was like, modern art, it's all about personal experience. Everybody understands modern art the way they feel. Or they just do not understand nothing, just like me. So for me, the Cloud, modern art. as Albanians, we found a solution for this thing. So, especially in the afternoon, every day in here, we are using the cloud to promote young artists. If we have a young singer, I don't know, a young painter or a young writer who wants to expose his work, they rent the cloud from the city hall, and in the afternoon especially they organize something inside the cloud with music and everything. Okay, in here we prefer, normally it's a very quiet place. Right now we have a lot of music, that's traditional Albanian music, the music that you are hearing over there. And we speak about communism. Communism here in Albania. How did it start?